Everybody, and welcome back to map number 2. ENCE taking on fnatic on Mirage. We are ready to rumble with what could be the final.
Right now, though, ENCE, I like that they've gone for this aggression. They've pushed one player straight through ramp. That's Ariel, who's already flanking behind the top of mid very, very early on in the round. The question is, will he make it in time to actually get a lot of impact? I believe that's the bomb he was tapping away at. Actually, indeed, dropping the bomb around. Delpan, Sunny going to be able to pop out and take JW under the window. And with a couple of kills having come in, turn their attention, go back and retrieve it, and everyone from ENCE just swung in through mid. Oh, and flush it. He had a
that they had on Dust 2 for at least the majority of that second half. ENCE, though, should be shutting them down in their tracks here. Just a few pistols for fnatic. They've got a Deagle, everyone else on Glocks. And so realistically, especially with 4 M4s, ENCE have even future-proofed themselves here. X7 is the only one I'd expect to go super aggressive. They shut down that mid attempt very, very quickly.
The first one. I mean, they went up 2-0 and then kind of got the stride for a little while. But ENCE, of course, now haven't actually the chance to get the economy going early, not be the ones who have to fight back in on the first gun round. They can just try and build up a very strong lead here in the beginning. But the rifles for fnatic trying to work out towards mid. They have a bit of utility, and for the moment, I mean, ENCE can't really challenge this too aggressively. It's only Sunny who's trying to stick around towards, get themselves up in a great position for this A split, which seems to be the goal.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the players in on the ramp and Palace as JW picks up a second opening. Prince gets challenged. Sergey had to try to seize a bit of map control. He couldn't stand out there in the open on Palace, but not a lot done. And with that, an MP9 to retake, not ideal, and that's going to be all they've got left to work with. X7 in a pretty difficult 1v5, arguably, despite the low HP of Crimson Flusha. And just sitting down in the kitchen, hoping he gets hunted a little bit. He'd love to pick up a kill, hopefully carry a rifle forward, but even that is going to be quite difficult to do. The players that are hunting... Actually, no, the players that are hunting him are low. Flush is the one furthest aggressive up there, moving into kitchen, and he's 34 HP, so X7 would shred him to pieces.
Yeah, most likely. I mean, fnatic really don't want to be losing any of these weapons. It's not too worthwhile. Obviously, they don't know exactly what X7 has at this point. They don't know that it's just an MP9, not a rifle or whatever. But they're giving him a chance. Oh, he's going to go for the knife. Is he going to be spotted? Apparently not. Doesn't realize it's a player towards Van at this point. Yeah, flush it. And then a couple of rifles. I mean, this could be a lot better. They have the one kit, at least nades are okay on a few players. But this is risky. If this one doesn't work out, then there is a chance for fnatic to try and snatch away that lead. But Alu did find a quick opening. Despite going down quickly, at least the weapon, of course, being retrieved by Sergey as well, so the op is still a little bit easier.
Look at Ariel's aggression and underpass. He's caught one. Crims goes down. B's now clear, and they're going to spot that out. Ariel continues to progress, and that swing into the A-bomb site. Sunny, I think, has heard steps coming out of the ramp. And as the shot rings out, he looks to Palace, catches Golden, flushes low, and naded to death. JW in a 1v4. He's been pretty successful at opening up, but seems like again and again we're seeing him in this series in 1v4s or 1v5s. Yet to get one on the board successfully.
So he's just chilling in connector at this point. If he's not given a kill within the next couple of seconds, really, I guess the goal at that point would be to save. It's a little bit risky. I mean, he's himself into the rifle and nades. So indeed, JW will be able to carry on over with his AK if they are able to get this round. With that, they'd be able to put fnatic down onto an eco for sure, unless again some weapons are saved over.
Going into A players that know they're coming. The utility was used up. Now with 40 seconds left, they'll 4-man push out with a late underpass split. A lot of danger for the A players. There's still smokes in play for fnatic, which should be coming over. Although they're just dry peeking all the angles. Flashes through. Sunny's away. He's away in the brain. Just staring out a connector and gets domed in the side.
Yeah, but I was going to say, Ariel had just been hiding in the back of the bomb site the entire time. How the hell is he able to get golden? I have no idea how he didn't go down. Fortunately, Brolin eventually comes through with a nade to finish him off. But this has actually given some hope to Alu. I mean, this is a 1-on-2, a much more winnable position than it was just a few moments ago. Unfortunately, not able to actually flush that connector player with the Molotov, who was up on the close left side rather than the right. We did also see one player in jungle who's now just dropped the round into connector as well so that they can play the time on the bomb. And Alu realizing he doesn't have a kit is like, okay, I can't do anything about this. But that was a nice effort from Ariel for sure. But overall, fnatic taking the bomb site, taking the round, and probably forcing ENCE onto the eco in this next one. I mean, again, though, considering And yeah, I think they're going to just go for the eco. I mean, they'll get 1900 in the next round. Sergey, as I said, and X7 both will be a little bit low, but maybe they could go for slightly weaker weapons, get the nades and such out anyway. But we should be seeing fnatic off the back of this taking themselves a third round, unless Alu can pull off something miraculous. And he is being boosted up on short, so perhaps he can catch one off guard. But no, Brolin expects it. I'm not even sure if he could spot him. Either way, just spamming through and getting the headshot.
And the opposite lead's going to be carried over by Aerial to try and do some more damage later on in the round. Goes up into the apartments. He'll get a challenge on a JW in just a second. Good connection. There's a rifle to be picked up by his buddy X7. But I think we might just be saving those two, as ENCE are in a bit of trouble on the A site. Sergey all by himself with a USP. Maybe if he had an M4, he could have made it work for an epic play, but this time it's just going to be a bomb plant for fnatic, and with an AWP, with an AK, no armor, no kits.
And at that point, of course, only leave really one player on a weaker weapon in this next round. So indeed, it was.
Really
I see people asking for the custom player crosshairs. I don't think that would be a good idea. Some of them probably have crazy crosshairs. Wouldn't look great on stream. Also, different resolutions. That's the thing with crosshairs. People use crosshairs, then they look different on different resolutions. Ooh.
fnatic with an early push down mid. Look at the position Brawlin's in. He almost got Aerial mollied out. No spray behind, though, so Aerial's safe to bail out, just losing a lick of HP.
But now indeed he is beginning to throw some Molotovs down, having been spotted by X7, and at this point mollied off as well. He really can't do too much anymore. I think they realize it is probably just that one player. They haven't pulled any rotations from that A bomb site, leaving still ENCE in a pretty decent position to hold this down. The issue is now it's actually all on Aerial, and he's been mollied off on the ramp as well. Brolin, though, tries to go forward, immediately being dropped. Alu gets one elsewhere, and suddenly it's all on Crims, and even then he's stuck out in the open, so nothing to be done.
Nice and cleanly done by ENCE, moving back in there. And fnatic, like we said, not going to be happy giving that one away. This, especially with 4 players left alive, puts ENCE in a really good position.
It was a bit unfortunate. I mean, you could see the idea behind it there. They didn't have any control for the afterplant, so Brolin tried to peek in towards ramp. But as soon as he went down, then they were just screwed because Golden and Crims were just stuck on the bomb site. So that was, unfortunately, a kill that was necessary. Just the Molotov, obviously, he was standing close to it, so it's actually quite hard to see through it. Right now, though, we're seeing a little bit of a different approach. Yeah, X7 decided he wanted to try and push up on short. Ends up getting completely slapped by the deagle of JW. This push also then trying to come in towards A now. fnatic looking to try and pounce off the back of that opening that they did find around mid. And so far, not trading out too badly. Brolin actually catching the back of Sunny. That one surprised me a little bit. That gives them the chance now, if they wanted, I was going to say, to try and maybe bring it elsewhere. The issue was the bombs dropped back towards ramp. Brolin's now gone as well, and JW's actually decided to go in towards Palace. So at this point, he's playing, I guess, to see if he can try and get a couple, try and actually just get these couple kills that are required. Stepping out and retrieving a Galil, making quite a bit of noise. There's obviously a player under Palace. They have a player already cutting in through underpass who'll be able to hold that apartments push. So Aerial indeed in a perfect position. JW not even taking his gun out, trying to sprint it there as quick as he could.
That bankroll, if they survive here with all 5 players, things will look pretty damn good for them. Although Sergey is on an SMG, pull him out of this planet. Now you got 5 deagles in play. Who knows? Maybe things go your way. Nice deep nade. Actually doesn't do that much as JW, who's been an animal with the deagle, starts to move on forward. Spots out X7. Or not just yet, actually. You might have seen him as he crossed over. He certainly heard him, but his teammates are skirmishing in towards middle, and JW's hoping that means that ENCE go for a little bit of apartments aggression. If X7 does...
Right now, just because of the fact already that they, of course, do have a man advantage. They know Sergey slightly tagged up also. They know that they're up against a weaker buy. It's not needed, although this is a little bit of a risky spot. He doesn't eventually take that peek in and spot out JW and Brolan, and has a very easy time just taking down those Cavalarless opponents, as you would expect. I was going to say they're in a good spot right now. They could definitely still make this a 2-0 game at this point, and I definitely wasn't expecting that on Mirage. Just
then, as we move in towards this buy round, number 10. Heavy stakes on the board. If ENCE can find this again, no money for fnatic, but that isn't vice versa, as ENCE have got that bankroll built up. Alu with the opening, that helps them out a massive amount, and he's got a third, locking down short, and this is a disaster for fnatic. So little cash in the bank, 30 seconds left, bomb down on short. in such an important round. It looks like it's going to go to ENCE. Despite flusha's kill, they've got to make a lot happen, and Alu's looking in towards the apartments as the last player moves forward. Crims hits the floor.
Number 1 +8, he's up there towards the top as well right now alongside Ariel, who's also having a pretty good game. And I mean, for ENCE in general, just no one's playing bad. It was the same on the previous map. The disparity between the top and bottom fragger was only 7 kills actually looking here, but then there was 3 players ranging between 18 and 19 as well, so everyone was contributing. That's the case right now here as well on the CT side. And again, we do see one player actually having a very slow start for Fnatic, this time being goal self. Then in that previous map we seen once he got going was when they made it a competitive second half. But they need everyone to step up right now to push in towards B. Just the pistols obviously in the hands of Fnatic so far. Not really finding much success. It's one player up close on the bomb site, and he's been able to delay for a very long time. So pretty much the entire DCT force is here to try and hold this down. But hang on, the pistols getting the dinks and the kills. It gives over a chance. Crims expecting that Apps flank as well. Obviously, with Ariel already having gotten one. But
take a little bit of a hit to their economy. The upside of it is they've got plenty of cash in the bank. And with Fnatic moving on forward, they're looking for a fast A hit. 1 minute 35 left on the clock as the smokes start to move forward. Nice opening by Sunny, though. He's cut off JW, who's been predictably coming connector every round. Sergey there with another, as they now just look to hold down passively. We saw Ariel concede any control on the side. Alu, though, doesn't expect Brawlin to already be up close. And that could be the opening they need. That's significant map control that Fnatic now having towards the CT spawn, and despite a man disadvantage, they've also managed to retrieve an AWP in the hands of Brawlin, looking to catch the connector players off as they move forward. Ariel shows himself, and he's down. Golden with another, and all of a sudden, Fnatic are in the lead. Bomb planted, Brawlin ready for that peek, and just like that, it's all over. And Fnatic pulled them more viable for them to end up on at least that double digits.
You do it again here on Mirage now on the T side is a good thing to see. Can they replicate that performance, though? Because as you said, ENCE, they do still have a full buy. It's not over for Fnatic here yet. They need to try and get this one if they really want to start having an easier time picking up a few more rounds. And that is a big opening yet again. Sergey close ramp goes down. Now you can see Sunny, for the moment, being held off by smokes, just trying to see if maybe he can spot someone around this gap. But I don't think that's going to be possible. Molotov, though, down on Golden. Combining with the spam, maybe could have done some damage. Unfortunately, nothing really substantial at all being connected. So the bomb, it will go down. I was going to say in the 5-on-4, but Alu has managed to snatch away one.
Brawlin being sneaky. That flash doesn't fully blind him, but Sunny had his knife out trying to get over the stairs. Brawlin gets a double, and Fnatic again miles ahead. Alu trying to get back out there, and despite their low HP, he's got the op. Can't really take advantage of it despite the first kill. Time is low, and as he moves on forward, he spots another. Has to go in for the defuse now. Smoke dropped. Flush has got to dive down there and try to shut him out. He missed the spray at the start, but eventually connects it. Despite it coming kind of close and Flush.
ENCE finally has been kind of run down into an awkward spot. They've still gone for the buy and got what they can here, but it's not great. I mean, they have 2 M4s, they have 2 MP9s, a scout in play, and it looks like they do want to go for something a little bit more crazy. Just going to push straight up mid, and again, Brawlin just straight up short, so he's actually going to bypass a couple of them. Unfortunately, his teammate's not going to be able to do the same, so we do see ENCE actually finding some opening picks. They had no idea. I don't think that Brawlin was up short. What a shot. How the hell does Alu hit that? Gets another as well. Follows up for the second headshot on Flusha.
Not a great buy. I talked about ENCE not looking likely to detect it in such an aggressive position against this kind of a buy. This could be dangerous for him. He's got to find those kills as they move on through. Swinging out a little bit wider to try and, not leave, in fact. Forcing him even further. And he finds the kill, but it's time to leave. JW is going to push as soon as this smoke fades, but in comes Alu to save the day, and great mid control by ENCE. A 4 versus 2, and the bomb left on top mid with no way to really get down it. That's nasty by Sunny onto Flusha.
Just chilling.
And not killing.
To see if anything will come his way. Yeah, not killing. Well, I wouldn't include killing in chilling. If you're killing, you're probably not chilling, you know?
That is true.
Here we go. Oh, almost managed to actually...
So they cannot allow this bomb to go down. They've got to be winning heads-up Angels.
But they need it right now in this pistol round if they want to start making that comeback a reality. And right now, at least, they do have a relatively decent setup around mid with players pushed up around the ladder room, window, and connector. Unfortunately, though, all trying to face not really with each other either. It allows ENCE to just take some easy frags. A couple of headshots already being found. At this point, they've gone ahead and got a couple players up through short, and the B bomb site is completely open. I believe they've sent the bomb actually back through under so that it wouldn't risk being taken down, and they even have a lurker. Sergey, we've seen him back on Dust 2 as well, always being the man who'd be probing around the opposite bomb site, just making sure that he's always a nuisance. The issue is they don't clear short at all. Flush it allowed to just tap away for ages with that USP and find 2. And how is this happening? fnatic are recovering it. It's suddenly fallen all onto Sergey, and they know he's back towards that A bomb site, and Crims just wrecks him. What the hell?
Yeah, and I just want to give them a chance, you know? Put on a show. Why not? That's probably not it, but...
Yeah, no, probably
I
not.
Give him an excuse.
USB, but it just took a while for anyone to really look back towards short. I mean, the first 2 players he killed, I believe, neither of them looked at him, and I'm pretty sure he was shooting for a good while. So it was a bit of a strange round, but back towards the A side of the map. They have 1 player in Palace, 3 of them towards ramp. And the goal here being to try and get the bomb down, maybe get a couple of kills if they can. But Mirage is a very difficult map to do that on, if you don't have any utility especially.
Oh, look at the spray coming in from Brawlin. It's just easy money, really. Yeah, you're only up against pistols, so it's not like Brawlin's the best player in the world. They're not going to have cash, so I think realistically, I would like to see Brawlin with
off of the weapons from the ENCE players, get some AKs. That always is an opportunity, but right now it's actually just going to be a quick B play going in. Flush it again playing from short, this time of course having the M4 and Molotov underneath the window to make it a little bit harder for them to try and advance forward, as they can't drop out the window itself. Instead forced to go through balcony, but again, Sunny actually this time will be able to get the trade. At least the Molotov is perfect. He actually gets Brolin in the background. That was not the man he was aiming for, but he will take it. Now it is, again, a decent spot for ENCE to be in, but JW just holding has eventually gifted himself a kill. It's Crims and JW. The bomb, of course, yet to be planted. Both players just kind of hidden in towards the bench, waiting to see where Crims is coming from, because for the moment, they don't know his position.
Looks like they'll get a plant now after just poking forward a little bit. It's going to be nice and safe in the corner. This is really the only option when you've only got 1 guy backing you up. And you especially don't want to be extending out to try and find that control. Looks like we're going to be having both players coming in from over towards short. I don't know, but JW's movement for a second, I wasn't sure if he thought it was A or not, but they're now looking towards B. 2-man short push coming through, Op holding from far back. Crims has to skirmish up close and clear these angles. That smoke might even bait a peek to come through, and a potential pick for JW. He knows there's probably someone around bench, but has to take the M4 for the closer range skirmish as they move forward. Crims spots one from behind, but he's taken down from bench, and Alu finishing off that round with the kill to put them holding. And it is going to be a force buy from the CTs.
Yeah, this was kind of the positive, of course, of not investing into both Brolan and Golden in that previous round, instead letting them keep the SMGs. They get a little bit to work with in this round. Obviously, there's still some players who are stuck on the very weak weapons because of the double eco, but overall, it is a relatively decent investment, especially with how it stacks up to that of ENCE's. Theirs isn't perfect either. The issue is now for fnatic that they have lost a player already. Flusher trying to see what he could find through Palace. So if they try and send anyone here, he could maybe steal away a weapon, and at that point, just be a massive nuisance. There's 2 of them, though. Perfect. I was afraid they'd send 1 player Palace.
On 4th we go. Brawlin's going to be the only one here to really stand the test of time. Once those smokes come over and block them off, you would hope. ENCE just barreling forward, taking fights. Fair enough. They know there's an op down now towards CT. Smoke's in play. He's going up above it. No one's checking for it. This could be dangerous. Hello and goodbye as Sergey falls. Brawlin falls back. They can wait now. Let those smokes fade and go for the fights afterwards. I don't know if they know where Sunny is, though. I know they've spotted the player in Palace and the one on site, but Sunny, as of yet, I don't know if he's made noise, and that could be a very defining part of the round. He swings out, the player's already dead. At least he takes Brawlin. And Crims has no way out. He was already pushed forward.
Not going to find too much, though. If he decides to go forward, X7 is holding it. Maybe if he goes a little bit later, he could catch the time. And the issue is, already 1 player's walked out on the B. That's Ariel. He had a Mac 10. He was like, okay, I'll scout the bomb site. Can be done. Maybe they can set themselves up for a few exit frags to try to do some damage. And if possible, steal some weapons for this next round. Because they're only getting $2,400 on the side of fnatic. Their buy is still going to be pretty limited. And right now, Ariel is just looking to try and build up bank. And he may be given the chance to...
ENCE have really blown me away this series. I wasn't expecting Such a strong contestation, never mind the fact that they're actually ahead. By a significant amount now, 13-7. Again, it's something I've said before, but their T side was really good on Dust, so I don't feel like this is just early game like we can see a lot of times. I mean, you and I have cast across Dust 2 and this map are fighting out in the later stages, and that's really not what you want to be seeing.
If you're not being biased towards a team anyway, you do always want to see the best quality CS. Well, yeah, well, mostly. Sometimes the crazy CS can be a little bit fun to watch as well. That CIS stuff.
Exactly, I was going to say.
But right now, it's just kind of slipping away from Fnatic. I like that at least this one they've gone for, again, a little bit of a gamble. Something different as well, actually. Putting the player in window 1 then up close to the short wall who's watching the underpass and who can then help towards top mid if needed. And it works out for them to find that 2-man advantage. They've restricted ENCE from getting that mid control, which so far has been a big issue. They've been using that to split onto the bomb sites to leave lurkers who can slow rotations and, as I said before, just be a nuisance, a thorn in the side. And this is looking like a very convincing round so far from Fnatic. Can any damage at least be done here by the remaining ENCE players is the question. Make it somewhat worthwhile. That is ballsy from Flush It, but it works out perfectly. And that's what you need. If you're
finding this one, if they want to have some sort of safety net. ENCE are on 13. They cannot allow anything further to go towards them before they find a couple, and there's an opening duel by Alu to further cement ENCE's dominance in this series. Considering the fact that so far, what, Sunny is 6 for 2 in opening duels, I think. He's been insanely dominant in finding those early fights. We haven't actually seen Fnatic be able to challenge either Alu or Sunny. As we go towards middle, okay, Brawlin pulling that one back at least helps a little bit, but they're already out on the A-bomb side, and as Brawlin tries to come back up connector, he's got a welcoming party, but not the kind he was looking for. The bomb is down in top mid, and X7 has to go and get it. Those steps are heard by Golden, and in just a second, now he knows it's not actually up under pass to B. He knows they're committing A. He's holding the angle, but he misses the shot. Alu in with another. A flash down to just stop JW from putting the stairs, but actually, JW might be in a decent position to put this bomb carrier off. He goes up on top. X7's there, but he misses the shot. How do you found that? Alu's low.
Probably going to see the 3-map series after Just 2 went the way of ENCE, especially with Fnatic making it such a close game. It's surprising that ENCE have come in now on Fnatic's map pick and just being like, yeah.
Through to the A-bomb site, and this is so poorly timed for Fnatic. Brawlin's the only player here. Everyone else is focused towards that early mid control. Brawlin's already challenged, luckily not taken down. The nade dropped. Great opening duel for him. Low HP on Sunny, who's also taken down. He can't do more, but his teammates come in to save the day. X7 spraying away, but all of a sudden it's a 2v2. How have things flipped out of control for Fnatic? Brawlin with such a good A defense. Alu's holding on the op. Golden needs to be careful about peeking this. He can't afford to dry peek it, but he's got no utility, and his teammates nowhere nearby. Alu pushing slowly down towards CT. A move's going to have to be made eventually, and Alu's checking the corner. He's got the kill, and it's all down to Flush It. He has to go for this on 14-8. His chances of winning are quite low. The flash perfect as well. X7 doesn't really want to peek here on 18 health. Especially with Alu having that op in a 1v1, it's not ideal. Smoke goes down, and Flush It caught with a nade in hand. He makes it over, drops a flash, goes up on top. Oh, Alu, no, he's killed his teammate, but there's no time. There's none at all. Alu wants to knife him to death. He can't get it done and has given them an op. If Flush It makes it away, 55 HP? Yeah, just about. What a knife on Dust 2 has to be answered, and they're 1 for 1 right now.
True. Actually, I forgot about that one when he was trapped up on short, yeah. Yeah, I don't think ENCE care too much, though, considering they are just about to take the series for themselves. It's 15-8. We need Fnatic to take 7 rounds in a row so that they can fight for an overtime here on Mirage, and then they still need to bring it onto Inferno and get the win there if they want to get this series, so...
They're a little bit later on.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice for it to be so heavily focused on mid. With that, it means, of course, they can still really bring it anywhere at this point. They are trying to feel out what exactly is going on with the defense, but now beginning again to approach a true connector. No nades at all, just playing off a contact, and Crims actually finds 3 with the FAMAS. Nearly able to do a little bit more damage onto Alu. It's JW instead on the flank who should finish that one off. And indeed, that is the case. It's all on Sergey as he's been somehow dropped into a 1-on-3. And despite getting that first kill, I don't expect much more. Flush It already posted up there from short with the opposite.
Again, equally possible.
Yeah, definitely. That's like 50-50. ENCE, though, I don't know how worried they're going to be quite yet. Overall, they've been looking really good, so I think kind of this round here, of course, having invested a decent amount. I'm surprised they invested so much because they still can't buy in the next round. This one, I guess their goal is just to get a few kills, keep the economy low for fnatic, and then when they do eventually come back onto their guns, be able to just kind of hopefully go up against the fnatic with a couple of weaker weapons in play. But that's not really going to be the case because still 3 players are going to survive here, so fnatic can easily buy back up. Flush it, and JW could. It leaves them in a spot where they just have to go ahead and take the eco here now. I guess they probably would have been a little bit short maybe on a couple players anyway coming into this round, but either way, tough spot. Full investment or no investment in my opinion. Yeah, they've left A.
Yeah, they've been doing this a lot though. Fnatic, we've seen 4 rounds now in a row where they've been focused on mid control, which is good unless it's not. When ENCE overwhelm the bomb site, okay, never mind. They get the bomb plants at least 1 kill. Hey, it's not the worst in the world. But we saw
they didn't
that
have smokes. That's the issue. If they had smokes, they could lock them out of the bomb site.
Absolutely. What are going down in sandwich and a bench, and you're guaranteed a 5v1 when you push into the bomb site. At this time, though, Fnatic start to patch up that continuing forward, giving Sergey a possible opportunity, in fact.
Yeah, he's not really going to be peeking in himself. As you said, just waiting to see if anyone from Fnatic will potentially push forward. But, I mean, eventually he may look to do a little bit. For the moment, though, ENCE their main focus being around mid. And indeed, he actually does decide to take a little bit of a peek there. So Brolin has a free kill. I figured he would probably wait a little bit longer before trying to do anything, just because his teammates are only now towards the top. They have fully lost that ramp control and they've been forced to just retreat away from it now. So I guess the goal is see what they can find around mid, see if Fnatic are going to give them any openings. And it's most likely going to be brought onto B. I like this. It's only actually golden on the bomb site itself right now.
Oh, he's found one at least. Ariel's low, so there's a second. Looking to window for more. And Golden with a quick trip up a sub and whatever the other things are. Comment. You can't really comment, can you? You have to chat. I don't know. We've let it go too far now, Dean. Maybe ENCE have let this go too far as well. They've only got the pistols. And going
it's possible that.
I like the fast array approach again, but let's see how Fnatic deal with this. 2 players close ramp yet again up against a fast pistol rush. This could go very bad.
Yeah, getting completely destroyed as they try and push out. Apologies, sorry. Family members coming in, always the horrible times. But X7, I was going to say, shouldn't really have too much hope here. Surprisingly, Flusha pushed forward. His other teammates obviously been held off by smoke, so they're not really able to do anything about helping him out on the trade. Initially, both players then trying to fight it as well. And X7, if he had a few players who were aggressive on ramp and then cut off the rotations with the smokes, it gave them that chance to take over the bomb site. Have I disconnected completely, or is it just my GoTV?
I think it's just your GoTV. I'm all good.
Okay, I'm good now. My GoTV is back.
Okay. A little bit of lag. It happens. It happens. Dean, this is it. I mean, ENCE, they've got their full buy, they've got their op, their utility, everything they could possibly hope to work with, and Fnatic looking to take this to an overtime, and it's very possible. I mean, ENCE were confident beyond belief, and now I think maybe starting to get a little bit of a shake. Good shot by JW with that same AWP. A man advantage now for the CT side, and they're not looking shaken at all. Happy to give up even window control. And bottom mid. Play towards the bomb sites. JW goes back in there, actually, just to take a little bit of a look, knowing the molly will stop them pushing. And ENCE looking to navigate their way in towards the A bomb site. JW has a decision to make on where he goes. Looks like he's sticking down in the window just to make sure jungle is secure. They've got connector, but they've just lost Crims. Connector control is gone, and on the bomb site now, Brawlin's getting a little bit scared. He's having to back off to CT, and if ENCE use their smokes here to get themselves out onto this bomb, or their smoke, excuse me, it's actually only Ariel that has one. They should be able to cross over fairly safely. JW on the pistol to open it. The bomb should make it to sight. In fact, even further, Alu's got a second kill. Sergey pushed up close. It's free, and it's all down to Golden to find himself 3.
Yeah, I mean, he had this long flank. If his teammates maybe were able to survive a little bit longer, perhaps it could have been something that he could have actually done some work with, but being left alone immediately, you do see ENCE as well reacting. Okay, he's taken a while. Let's have a check around ramp, see if he's trying to flank us out. They get ready for